Hi, everyone. I wanted to talk with you today about house-free living. If it's something that you've been curious about doing, how one would start, what is it? I'm here today to share some of my experience with it and why I decided to do this and what has unfolded since. It's been a whirlwind. I actually moved out 2 months ago from my home. I was renting a single family home for my children and myself. I am a single mom, and it felt very heavy. It felt like a burden. It was one of those like at the near the end of the month, I was like getting nervous because our rent was very high. And my business had big months and slower months, and I was not the best at managing my money. And now I know that it's not how much that you have or that you make, it's how you manage what you have, because you can live a long time or not a lot. And you can also make a ton of money and spend it right away. So it's really not about how much money you make, it's how you manage your money. And I've learned that lesson. And as money comes in now, I cherish it and appreciate it and grow it, rather than just spend it frivolously. So, but that was really what ignited this idea, was like just the pain of feeling like the burden was too heavy. And I had been following Helena Woods online. She's an astrocartographer. And she did an astrocartography reading for me. And she shared that I had been living on my Saturn line for the past 13 years. Saturn is all about stagnation and being stuck and basically feeling like you're running in place. And that's exactly how I was feeling. I definitely had growth spurts for sure. But then it was just like a lot of effort, a lot of hard work for not much movement. And I was like, what is going on here? And that is what sparked my interest in astrocartography, and something I'm studying now as well. And I'll be offering astrocartography readings this summer. I'm learning from Helena Woods. She's my teacher. And I'm learning so much about all the different areas of life from astrocartography. Money, my relationship with money, my relationship with, partners and romantic partners and business clients. All of that is so fascinating. And I can see it now in my birth chart and other birth charts that I'm reading. And it's really fascinating. So I'm going to be sharing videos on this channel about that too. So stay tuned for that. But house-free living, so this could mean many different things. This could be that you stay in an RV for a certain period of time. You could rent Airbnbs. You could do house sitting. What I've chosen to do is a combination of house sitting and Airbnbs. And when I moved out of my home, what I did first was, and I'm writing all of this down in a book because I love to document my life and to teach others how to do what I've done if they're inspired to follow in my trail that I'm blazing. So basically, what I did was the first 2 months, I used the money that I got back from my security deposit in my house to invest in Airbnbs. So I got 2 months of Airbnbs, and I chose where to live based on my astrocartography map. I looked at the most beneficial lines for me, which would be my Mercury line. Now I did go to Neptune, which was recommended to me because I do spiritual work. And for me, it was way too intense. I was living right on my Neptune line, and Neptune is about spirituality, which is why it was recommended to me because I'm an intuitive. But it's also about confusion and fog and feeling like you're in a cloud. I could not work out for the life of me when I was living on that line. I had so little energy. I couldn't cook anything. I was just like tired all the time. It was really tough. I also did a lot of crying, which I know needed to happen because it was like unprocessed grief, whenever tears are so healing. But it was very isolating. There was a lot of tears, and just the fog was the worst. Like it was just, I also became very inflamed. Like my body was like puffy. Like it was pretty damn rough. And then next I moved to actually just moved in between, like not near any lines for a little while. And then I went to my Jupiter line, which is where I'm at now, which is all about expansion and growth. And I've had immense clarity since I've been here on my Jupiter line. And just like seeing the graphics, how they're to be revived. So I'm doing a whole rebrand for Travel Lightly and Simplify Your Life, which is my new brand. I'm getting so much clarity around the workshops I'm to lead, who they're for, how to market them. Like it's really been incredible. Um, Also made a new love connection on my love line. So it's really amazing, like all these things that are happening as I follow my astrocartography lines. But it started when I was, decided to be house free. And to me, it's just so. Let me get back to the house sitting. So after my Airbnbs, my 2 months in the Airbnbs, next I transitioned into full time house sitting. And this is really easy to do over the summer because a lot of people travel over the summer and they need help with their pets and their plants. And you can go to Trusted House Sitters. It is a free site or an app. And you can find places you want to travel and then just apply to visit and stay there and take care of their animals in exchange for staying in their place. I started this in Portland, Oregon, and I loved it so much. I extended my stay because it was just so beautiful there. And I also just really enjoy the freedom that it creates. And I have a lot less expenses now. I don't have rent anymore. I don't have gas, electric, water, cable, internet. All of those things are paid for because I travel to houses that already have them built in. And I also am very mindful on the types of houses I choose. I use my intuition on a good match energetically. It needs to be a beautiful space. It needs to be in a location where I would want to visit myself, like California. Carlsbad, California is where I'm going soon after Alexandria, Virginia. But I'm choosing places that are on my beneficial astrocartography lines, also using my intuition to decide, is this a good energetic match? And then we do a video interview with the owner to just make sure it's a good fit on both sides. I have loved doing this. It feels very liberating and freeing. I am a air sign. I'm a Gemini, and I'm also a Pisces rising. So I have a lot of very fluid energy that wants to move and enjoys change. I thrive on change. I get a lot of clarity when I am, transitioning to somewhere new. I get a lot of things that open for me. So for me, this has been an amazing journey. There are definitely obstacles and hurdles to overcome. The biggest challenge for me was feeling like I had to explain why I was doing this and answering all the questions like, well, how long are you doing this? Where are your children? Like all the questions I was getting made me question, am I doing the right thing? Because when this was happening, when I made the decision, I was still in my Saturn line, which is about stagnation. So I was still in the energy of stuckness when I decided and started to share with my friends and family what my plans were. And I got quite a bit of resistance, quite a bit of questioning, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? Very few supporters. But that's kind of how my life has been, in all honesty. I've definitely chosen things that I have not always been supported in. In fact, that has been one of my biggest things is working on in this lifetime is relationships and feeling loved and supported because I haven't much of the time. And I felt like a black sheep or just like a weirdo, like my whole life, basically. And it's been challenging, but I'm also finding other weirdos, others that feel like they never fit in or that they don't belong in their tribe either, and that they're also looking for their own tribes. And that's another part of this journey is that you get to explore and you get to find your people. Your people are everywhere. It's just a matter of talking, opening up, being open to meeting people anywhere and everywhere. And it does happen. And it's interesting where I am right now in Maryland is pretty isolated, but I did find a salt cave where they do yoga and I made great connections. And then since I've been on this Jupiter line, I've done a lot of focus on my business. I've been very motivated to work on my business and just in preparation for all the growth that I feel and know is coming. Gemini's also in Jupiter, which is about expansion. So we have that for like a whole year. So this is going to be a really good year for us Geminis. Jupiter's also about luck. So it's like lucky breaks, like opportunities coming out of nowhere, things like that. Um, but yeah, I would say if you're considering doing a house free lifestyle, journal about it, meditate about it. If you want help on where to go, you can book an astrocartography reading with me. If you want some motivation and support around making the decision, if you feel like you're not trusting yourself or you're fearful of doing it, you can book an empower hour with me. That's what I'm calling my life coaching sessions. So I can help you through this because it's definitely something that takes a lot of courage, and something that I wrote on my vision board is I'm here to support women who don't want to explain their choices to anyone. Like they want to be free to love who they love, travel where they want, to go where they want, to do what they want to do, to make money the way they want to make money. Like my whole life has been about freedom, and I also help to free others and others to see what's possible through my own example. That is one of my main missions. So, if you'd like support on this journey, you're welcome to book a session with me. The links will be below. And also, make sure to subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be posting videos about living house free. I'm going to be posting how to get paid to travel through hosting retreats, which is something I do to finance a lot of my travels. I also am going to be sharing more about astrocartography, how to read your astrocartography map in your birth chart, and also doing those monthly forecast readings. So I do astrological readings for all zodiac signs. So I'm now going to be posting that on this channel. My other channel, Absolutely Abundant, has the previous month's readings, and I'm transitioning over to this channel. Absolutely Abundant has been primarily focused on money mindset and business growth. So if you're looking for that, healing your relationship with money, check out that channel if you haven't been there yet. It's called Absolutely Abundant. And this channel is going to be focused more on travel, living lightly, living more minimalistic, making money as you travel, being more mindful of your money that you have. And yeah, that's what this is all about. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting me on my journey. And I'm here to support you too, to inspire you, to uplift you, to encourage you, to give you that boost of, just believing in yourself, right? Remembering that you can trust yourself. And I remember one of my coaches used to say, if you don't yet believe that you can trust yourself, the mantra is, I'm open to believing that I can trust myself. And then you can graduate to, I trust myself. Like, I'm happy. Like, I am on my mission. I'm on purpose. Like, I am just all lit up inside. Another one I love to say is, I love this life for me. Like, not just I love life, I love this life. Like, I love this life for me because I'm creating all of this. I'm deciding all of this. I am the creator of this experience. So, just a couple, mantras and tips for you to stay positive and to remember that you can trust yourself. And if you're looking for a guide on the journey, I'd love to be that guide that just helps you navigate through the changes if you decide to do the house free lifestyle as well. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon. Bye.